In 1969, it was Midnight Cowboy. In 1970, it was 5 Easy Pieces. Each year, out of nowhere, without fanfare, one motion picture appears and rises above all others by the sheer force of its honesty, its accuracy. The movie for 1971 has been chosen. It is called Pigeons. Listen to what Judith Crist, tough drama critic for the NBC television network and New York Magazine, says.
Pigeons is a rarity, about youth but oriented to people. It is, in fact, a youth version of 5 Easy Pieces. Its non-hero is Jonathan.
I used to be in the circus. Can't help it.
Jonathan, as beautifully portrayed by Jordan Christopher, is about 10 years younger than the Jack Nicholson character. Jonathan's a Princeton graduate. He works as a cab driver. Why?
I want to show the world the back of my neck.
John Dexter, the brilliant British director, like John Schlesinger before him, has cast an English eye on New York City. Dexter probes not the lower depths that engulf the Midnight Cowboy, but the middle and upper levels.
Don't worry about the sofa. I'll buy your mother another one.
Dexter has paced his film beautifully and interestingly. You'll find Pigeons very funny, very sad, and very satisfying.
Would you respect me if I slept with you right away?
Yes.
Listen to what Wanda Hale of the New York Daily News says.
Pigeons is beautiful, full of natural humor and merciless humor. I'm not a Catholic.
Listen to what Archer Winston of the New York Post says. Director John Dexter has brought fresh English eyes to New York City. Everyone you see is resolutely out of the ordinary, heightened, far out, without seeming to try. It's an original.
Quite the young rebel, huh?
No, sir. I'm not rebelling. I'm just earning an easy living, that's all, sir.
Pigeons, starring Jordan Christopher, Jill O'Hara, Robert Walden, Lois Nettleton, Bonnie Enton, William Redfield, Kate Reed, Elaine Stritch, Melba Moore. In 1969, it was Midnight Cowboy. In 1970, it was 5 Easy Pieces. In 1971, Pigeons.
Clint Eastwood, hero for hire, blazes his way across a land of lust and injustice. Mr. Action himself.
I'll blow it to hell and gone with the train on it.
Clint Eastwood has a fistful of dynamite and a handful of trouble.
I've just about had a bellyful of this little jewelry, sir.
I am listening to you, but I have my mind on my men. All you have on yours is money.
They'd have to open the trap door if they had another prisoner. The French want me very badly. Why don't you turn me over and ask for a reward?
You know what you're talking about. It's crazy, Sara. The hell wants to see you dressed.
The least you can do is take off your hat.
I haven't got time for that.
A movie that's crazy one moment, revolutionary the next.
Viva Mexico Libre!
But always spectacular.
One last swallow, and it's up to you, Doc. Ready?
The most amazing adventure that ever set 2 rebels on fire.
You better go.
Bad time for a war.
Rough, ruthless, Mercenary. Clint Eastwood declares war, and the Foreign Legion in Mexico never knows what hit them.
To attack now would be suicide.
But Clint is a one-man suicide squad. The most exciting Clint Eastwood picture ever made.
With me sometime?
I don't go out very much.
Why not?
Oh, I get home late most evenings.
All right then. What about a Sunday? Next Sunday?
I just told you I don't go out very much.
Because of your leg? I was just trying to kiss you.
Some women in love will do anything a man asks. Some men will ask anything.
I didn't want to, and I don't want to, but there's £500 involved. They want to know about security arrangements.
I'm not going to do it.
But it's so simple. It's really so simple. Nobody's asking you to steal anything, Deb.
Why?
Ted says the stuff must be worth at least $150,000. We get a third of it.
It's impossible. The place is riddled with alarm systems and guards. Suppose I tell them what they want to know. Will you not get involved with it?
It's too late, love.
Did you know who was married?
Now, what are we asking you to do? We're asking you to kill the alarm on the back door and open it. Well, it's simple. Sit down.
Lee?
Now, don't upset yourself.
Lee, please make them go away. Will you ask them to leave me alone?
Look, Jack, just...
Some women in love will do anything a man asks. Some men will ask anything.
Every second, the tension mounts. Every minute, the action explodes. Alex Cord as McCord gives them a minute to pray, a second to die.
They tried to surrender. Why did you kill them?
Robert Ryan, the governor, who backs up his words with action.
Nobody's going to make you a present of $5,000.
It's not a present. It's a reward for not killing you.
Nicoletta Machiavelli, the woman who does anything to save the fugitive for herself.
You won't get away, McCord. We'll get you even if you run to Escondido.
Your only chance to get out of this alive is if I do.
Arthur Kennedy, the marshal, who'd rather die than turn a killer loose.
Shoot!
No!
Shoot!
A minute to pray, a second to die. That's all McCord gives them.
Claudine and Rupert are working on a project, a love project.
When I get to know you better, maybe. I said maybe.
And while they're working hard to get it together, the world's working harder to keep them apart.
Hello? Miss Claudine Price-Lever?
Yeah.
6 kids in 4 rooms.
36 and it ain't old.
It's too old to be messing around.
20th Century Fox presents James Earl Jones and Diane Carroll in Claudine.
Cool it. Your mama's going on a date, like a nice restaurant, some fine music.
It's gonna wind up chicken anyway.
Mom, it's Miss K back, the social worker.
Society gave us no choice. Tried to silence my voice, pushing me on the welfare.
Well, don't just stand there, honey. Let her in.
This man may be bringing things into your home which you may not be deducting. Now, you know I have to deduct you on those things.
What things? What things, damn it? You have a man come over for dinner, he brings you a bottle of wine. I have a man come over for dinner, he brings me a damn six-pack. Oh, there are 2 left, Miss K-Back. Would you like a beer?
If you've ever laughed, you'll dig Claudine.
You're the gentleman that's been keeping company here.
Oh, no, ma'am, I'm just a garbage man.
Oh, well, may I have your name, please?
Simpson X, that's it. You've heard of Malcolm X, I'm Simpson X.
If you've ever cried, you'll dig Claudine.
Mama, I'm not a baby anymore.
I know you're not a baby, but you're not a woman either.
I'm nothing. That's what I am. I don't know nothing. I don't have nothing. I'm nothing.
If you've ever had dreams, you'll dig Claudine.
I have actually avoided success. Oh, no. You know why? Because when you are successful and rich, people will envy you and hate you. And I want people to love me.
If you've ever had troubles, you'll dig Claudine.
Monte, baby. Hey! Cheer up. It could get worse. I cheered up, and the law was right. It got worse.
If you've got heart.
Suppose I do not marry this lady. Now, if I move in with her and do not tell you, then we're both crooks, right? But if I do tell you, then we're back to the income and the outcome and the deducting, and you drive me to drink. And you call a fraud if I spend $7 for a bottle of whiskey.
If you've got soul.
But there's one thing you better know. And that is, I love all of y'all.
If you're young, old, rich, poor, black, white, or green, you'll dig Claudine. The bank track, the pack, the blockers, the jammers, and the 20 million screaming fans who love every minute of it. This is Derby, the motion picture acclaimed at the USA and San Francisco film festivals. Derby is the story of Mike Snell, a boy with a dream.
I'm gonna go on a roller derby.
Before we can touch you, you're gonna have to go through the training school.
You know what you're getting into.
Hey, Columbus didn't know what he was getting into when he jumped in the ocean.
He quit his job in a tire factory.
I'm gonna quit work over there.
Aren't you happy with what you got?
No!
Kissed his wife.
He's talked about the roller derby.
And his girlfriends goodbye.
It's wherever he goes, he finds 2 or 3 women. It gets him in quite a bit of trouble.
Well, are you ready to tell me what's been going on between you and Mike?
Nothing yet. Why?
They've already both admitted they've been taking turns with you. Just admit it.
Admit what?
Admit what you just told me. In front of his face.
Oh, I ain't scared of you.
He bought a motorcycle and headed for Oakland, and a chance to make roller derby a way of life. Derby, a world where men and women play by the same rules.
And in changeover, the pack is together. There's only 5 seconds to go, and then everyone stops. Those that are out there get right into that changeover and wow.
People ask you, what are you going to do, you know, when you finish skating? This is what I've got to show for it now. It's my house and a beautiful place up here in heaven.
Right man right here! Keep it up! Try to cross!
This is Wild West.
And this is the West that's even wilder. This is the way, way, way out West, where all the action is, where when you've got it made,
don't make waves, don't make waves, don't make waves.
Make love.
jump in, drop in, take the plunge, make out, stay loose, turn on, be in. But
don't make waves, don't make waves, don't make waves.
Make love.
This is the land of opportunities. Some golden, some brunette. And opportunity never stops knocking.
And tonight you will sleep here. And now, too bad.
You certainly make interesting propositions, Mr. Prescott.
I love you, I adore you, I worship you.
What do you think about this sex thing?
Sex thing. I'll only show you the price that I have to pay.
From time to time, there are little setbacks.
What are you doing in my pants?
Medium setbacks.
If you were a man.
If I were a man.
Major setbacks. But Carlo recovers quickly. Carlo wants everything he sees. And he sees everything he wants. It's entertainment that fills up the screen like she fills out a bikini. Tony Curtis, Claudia Cardinale, Sharon Tate, Robert Webber, Joanna Barnes, Mort Saul, David Draper, Mr. Universe, all have it made in
Don't Make Waves, Don't Make Waves, Don't Make Waves.
Make love.
Laughs? It brings the house down.
If you're looking to get a good thing going for yourself, don't make waves. Watch your step. Don't make waves.
Americans, remember, no matter what anyone says, we're okay.
Everybody in this whole country is out of line is going to learn fear, and that's going to be very shortly.
We have a point of view here at WUSA. We're a movement, and this station exists for that movement, not the other way around. I think they're aware that the kind of politics we have in this country today is just not going to work anymore.
Someday, while everybody's fighting to decide right from wrong, someone or something will come along and decide it all for us.
Americans, our shoulders are broad and sweaty, but our breath is sweet. Only in America can a people say, we're okay. Now, I want you to say that with me. We're okay.
You're into the big, clean American sound of WUSA, the sound of a decent generation. WUSA. Now we'll leave you with one message, the big message. The future of America is up to you.
WUSA. Love it or leave it.
What's wrong, Oscar?
Something wrong with this system, that's what's wrong. I don't think that two single men living alone in a big 8-room apartment should have a cleaner house than my mother.
Starring Jack Lemmon, a hypochondriac, a fuss budget, neater than neat, cleaner than clean. No wonder his wife kicked him out.
Stop that, will you? What are you doing?
I'm trying to clear up my ears.
Did it open up?
I think I strained my throat.
Walter Matthau, another guy whose wife left him. And his pad looks like she left it a long time ago.
Who wants food? What do you got? I got brown sandwiches and green sandwiches. Which one do you want?
What's the green?
It's either very new cheese or very old meat.
I'll take the brown.
Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau, who try to enjoy all possible delights of a shared bachelor apartment.
Yeah, oh, yes, bowling. Bowling is a wonderful exercise, Felix, but that's not the kind of relaxation I had in mind. I mean, the night was made for other things.
Like what?
Like, unless I get to touch something soft in the next 2 weeks, I'm in big trouble.
They're together, bringing to all America the laughter of Neil Simon's Broadway smash hit.
Oh, this is really nice.
Yeah. And ever so much cooler than our place.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, it's like equatorial Africa on our side of the building.
Well, last night it was so bad. Gwen and I sat there in nature's own, cooling ourselves in front of the open fridge. Can you imagine such a thing?
Well, I'm working at it.
Honestly.
You had your chance to talk last night. I beg you to come upstairs with me. If you want to live here, I don't want to see you, I don't want to hear you, I don't want to smell you cooking. Now, kindly remove that spaghetti from my poker tape.
It's not spaghetti. It's linguine.
Now it's garbage.
Ow! Idiot. Hey, Oscar! What'll I make for dinner? Now listen, why don't you just take a tranquilizer?
Go to your room.
Rome, before Christ. After Fellini.
Don't scream.
Hello, Georgie.
Surprised you, didn't I?
I'd like to know when he turns up there, day after day with the door locked.
Face it, Enid, he's not normal.
He should have seen that psychiatrist when I wanted him to.
No, Georgie.
Why not? Tell me, why not?
I can't, I tell you, I can't.
Got to out of here. Got to! And how about that?
Now, watch your step. This chap's a nutter.
He's a perfectly normal, healthy boy. Georgie. I'm not going. Not with you, Martin.
Georgie, then. Georgie.
No! You're going to kill me anyway. Who is he, Georgie? Who is he, this Martin? I wonder if it's anything to do with that murder.
Take your filthy hands off me!
You're mad.
Is it really the home, the environment, the way a person is brought up that creates the neurotic, the psychotic, the psychopath? Or could it be some accident of nature? Could the poet have found the answer before the scientist when he wrote, "No puppet master pulls the strings on high. A twisted nerve, a ganglion gone awry, predestinates the sinner or the saint."
Now you can get everything you ever wanted in a movie, in one movie. You can get high.
Get low.
Get flipped. Get a glow.
Get hard.
Get bizarre.
I'm on!
Get a plane.
Get a car.
Get out.
Get in.
Get religion.
Get sin.
Get caressed. Get undressed.
Get molested.
Get arrested.
Evening, officer.
But most of all, get crazy! Get it while it's hot. Get it if you're not. Come and get it. Get crazy! What Animal House did to college, an airplane did to flying, Get Crazy does to rock and roll. Get Crazy, coming soon to a theater near you.
Insane. All of them.
Tom, I can't stand this!
These kids will try anything for kicks. A hopped-up car. An innocent girl.
I don't want it to be like this.
Hey, just don't play games with me.
And maybe even murder.
Just stand there, chicken. Don't move.
call him Duke. And he uses girls the same way he uses cars, for kicks.
Get lost, Ernie. You think you can handle him? You're just a kid.
You think I've never kissed a boy before?
Is that what you want, to wind up in a motel room with any man?
All you think about is me getting married. What if something happens to the man I married? What if he gets to be like Dad? Oh!
They're trying to kill us, Peg. We've got to do business on their terms. Get back!
No limit. No limit. No limit.
Run him off the road, Duke! Run him off the road!
Day and night, night and day, these kids will try anything for kicks.
Great American success story.
Why don't you get rid of the bar? Sell it, lose it, dump it. Just get rid of it.
All your dump needs is a few go-go girls, and you got it made.
Got it, I got it. Give me to the bar. Wet t-shirts.
Wet t-shirts? You're gonna sell wet t-shirts?
No. Girls in wet t-shirts.
You're gonna sell girls in wet t-shirts?
No, I'm gonna have a contest, a wet t-shirt contest. We wet girls down, we have a contest. So, June, what do you think?
Hot t-shirts.
Come on and move your feet. You can't ignore the beat. Dancing, dancing, dancing that way.
The girls have got to be luscious girls. I mean girls.
Water on my body and I'm burning with fire. This disco baby's simmering.
Hot t-shirts.
Water on my body and I'm filled with desire. This disco baby's so to the skin. My body is wet. My body's soaking wet. My body's dripping wet. Wet, 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 wet. I love the way I'm feeling when I dance. Watching how they all watch me.
Hot t-shirts.
Just want to party, I don't care about romance. Dancing music's all I need. My body is wet. My body's soaking wet. My body's dripping wet. Wet, 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 wet.
Hot t-shirts. It'll knock your socks off.
The hour of the wolf is the hour between night and dawn. It is the hour when most people die, when sleep is deepest, when nightmares are most real. It is the hour when the sleepless are haunted by their deepest fear, when ghosts and demons are most powerful. The hour of the wolf is also the hour when most children are born. Bergman's Hour of the Wolf, the hour in which reality becomes a mockery of madness and masks hide behind faces. The hour of all final moments. Stallman in Ingmar Bergman's Hour of the Wolf, a diary of truths and lies like truths.
Give me Joe Kidd.
I want to see a man named Joe Kidd.
No, I got 3 warrants on Joe Kidd here.
If you want trouble, he's Joe Kidd. Who's Joe Kidd? Clint Eastwood is Joe Kidd, and Joe Kidd is trouble.
You want Louis Chama? I told you the deal, $500, and I don't care who pulls the trigger on it.
The price will be $1,000.
I'm not gonna permit some sheep herder by the name of Louis Chama to get away with stirring up the Mexican population and talk about land reform. Or am I gonna waste time arguing in court? Mingo, I want him alive.
When Mr. Harlem doesn't want me around anymore, you let me know, huh, boy?
Kid, you're fired. Take his gun, Mingo.
These people are looking for trouble. Harlan, Lamar, Elma, Chama, Helen, Mingo. And the trouble they're looking for is Joe Kidd.
You hit one of my men! I'll kill 10 of your people!
Straight up or draped over the saddle, either one.
Clint Eastwood is Joe Kidd.
Stanley Sweetheart is a typical college student who wants to be a typical underground filmmaker.
Keep coming. Where am I going?
Feel like you're made out of gingerbread.
Stanley makes films and loves it.
Crumb picking, lip licking gingerbread.
Stanley makes love and films it.
How are you, darling? How come you never knocked me up?
Hey, how's school, baby?
Stanley, I'd like to make love with you.
I mean, it's surprising what people will do to get into the movies.
Have you gone to bed with a lot of girls, Stanley?
No, not that many, actually. 37.
Such a liar.
I don't know why I lied. I think I'm afraid of people. Or maybe of what they might think. I guess maybe I just want to be liked, you know?
I like you, Stanley.
Sometimes I hear you, then you're gone. Open your eyes and listen to the door.
She's a nice chick. Hey, do you know that if you live in the city long enough, man, your skin turns gray?
Stanley Sweetheart needs a new head.
Lick your finger and take some.
Okay.
Hold on to your head.
He's growing one in his magic garden.
I'm moving through space at inconceivable speed.
The magic garden of Stanley Sweetheart.
1867, history was made when two cowboys inherited a landmark of the early West, the Cheyenne Social Club.
Well, you're now the sole owner and proprietor of the Cheyenne Social Club, Mr. O'Hanlon.
What kind of business does it do, Mr. Willoughby?
It turns $1 or $2.
No, I mean, pardon me,
Yes?
miss. Could you direct me to the Cheyenne Social Club?
How dare you?
It's withstood prairie fire and Indian attacks, and the first ounce of gold discovered in this territory was spent wisely and well at the Cheyenne Social Club.
Welcome to the Cheyenne Social Club.
Ring for service. Sarah Jean, 1 ring.
John O'Hanlon, we are so happy to have you here.
Pauline, 2 rings.
So nice to make your acquaintance, Johnny.
Harley, you don't suppose that... you don't think this is a horrible... You don't believe it, do you?
They were just a couple of simple, hard-working cowboys who didn't know what they were getting into when they inherited the Cheyenne Social Club.
Pauline,
I wondered how long it was going to take you.
I beg pardon?
Cheyenne's gotta be the friendliest town in the West.
You don't care what you step on, do you, Harley?
Did you ever in your whole life see anything like it?
But no matter how good the service, there were always complaints.
What do you want, O'Hanlon? The man that beat up one of my girls. They tell me his name's Corey Bannister, and they tell me I can recognize him by a streak of yellow down his back.
I'm Bannister.
And complaints.
Hey, O'Hanlon! Come on out! We're gonna have us a party! I'm sorry, I don't like crowds!
If one of us can get inside, we've got him.
Not you, Harley!
It's me, John. You all right?
Just fine!
Harley, why are you with me?
John, I've rode with you for 10 years now.
Here you've been with me for 10 years, and I don't even know why.
How come you never asked before?
Don't know.
Rolling on just like a rolling stone, looking for some land to call my own. Riding on, it's time to settle down. Cheyenne might be the town to stop this lonely rolling stone.
Say hello to the audience. Who's
Hello to
directing
the
this
audience. I'm directing this show. How does it
question?
feel to be 73 years old?
Well, I'm not 73 years old.
Well, I know you idiot, but you're supposed to be 73 years old. As Koch, as the character.
Some old guys don't behave like old guys are supposed to behave.
Dog. 2 cows. An inexperienced spermatozoan, about 15 years old, asking directions to the nearest fallopian tube.
There's a young girl named Deborah Winters, playing the part of the 15-year-old girl. What's your relationship with her, since you had never met her before?
Vinny and I only did it 3 times. I know lots of girls who do it almost all the time, practically, and nothing ever happened.
Well, that's baseball.
You want to ride or not?
Well, thanks. Thanks very much. But no, I don't think so.
What's your relationship with my wife? And be careful. Because she's in it, too. Felicia Farr, movie star.
Last time Grandpa brought him back from one of their little excursions, I smelled beer on Duncan's breath.
I'll tell you something else. Did you see the water bill last month?
He's getting nuttier by the minute, among other things.
Quis custodiet ipse custodes. That's grammatically incorrect, you know.
Every time I work with your wife, I get gray hair.
And Chuck Aitman, he's getting gray hair. He's the 4th member of the cast. You and he, even the physiognomy is close enough so you look related.
Never would have recognized you, Gerald, not in a million years. Now tell me, Gerald, do you think your old man has slipped his trolley? I mean, do you think that I belong in a laughing academy?
This is a film about an old man who has a problem, who wants to be needed and wants to be useful and not just discarded by society.
Looks like sort of an old people's home to me, Gerald. Older than God, most of them.
And his ability to help a young girl who has a problem.
Look at it! It's a girl! No, it's a boy. Look at that.
And it's about the spirit of man, I guess, in essence. And it's the kind of film, I think, that we need, and that the whole world can relate to. And one that I think, hopefully, everybody will be very glad was made. And that's all I have to say, except see it.
Hey, gotcha. Come on, let's go do something someplace. Go have a couple of beers, maybe. Raise a little hell.
Ein Moment.
Right, now, kid, we're bottled up here. You've got to cut us apart out. I'll send over the first batch of the cover party right now. Make your approach and land the other side of the river. The other side of the river. We will come out to you. Repeat. We will come out to you. Over.
Okay. Gotcha, Harry. Coming in now. Over.
Right, first batch.
That's our luck! That's our luck! You son of a...
Vengeance be mine, says the outsmarter. We really are all burned up with this you of me thing. Right? Dead right.
Mercenaries obsessed with hate.
Come on, let's get it!
Each vying for the other's death. They race against the last grenade. Harry Grigsby, heading a team of cutthroat mercenaries breaking into China to do the dirty work no self-respecting army would undertake.
I got, well, some heavy bread to lay on guys that got the right know-how. Interested?
The answer to that is pointing straight into your stomach.
Your move, Harry.
This is madness, sir!
Grigsby defies every taunt, every disaster to finish the job. Someone has to end the madness. Someone has to pull the pin on the last grenade.
Monte Walsh, cowboy, born in 1843, died when he had to. Don't ask if he was real, because he was as real as the West.
I got word from Consolidated.
I ain't interested.
I'm afraid you'll have to be. They've given up on the /Y. For the time being, they want to fence in all their land. That's all.
That's going to be a lot of fence.
Look, Monty. Do you have any idea how many cowhands there were in this country 10, 15 years ago? Well, there's a hell of a lot fewer now. And pretty soon there won't be hardly any.
Oh, come on, Chet. Things ain't that bad.
Yeah, they are, Monty. Oh, you can ride from Texas way up into Canada and back again. That's fine. But ain't nobody gonna pay you for doing it.
Chet got married.
Did you ride 40 miles to tell me that?
How come we never got married?
You never asked me.
I never thought of it. The way things are going, cowboy doesn't make enough money to live right, let alone get married. I don't know what else I could do.
Yes, sir, Mr. Walsh. Matter of fact, I've heard a lot about you. Not all of it bad, either. How would you like to be Texas Jack Butler, star cowboy, bronco buster, and all-around wild man of the West?
Monty Walsh will do.
We couldn't get work.
A lot of good boys can't get work. If I was starving, I couldn't rustle.
Well, you ain't. You're getting your 3 squares every day.
It ain't like we was rustling from anybody we know.
Makes no difference. They belong to Slash Y.
Slash Y? Stop blatting about something that ain't anymore. The kind of life you're talking about is dead. Snow buried it last winter.
It ain't dead. As long as there's one cowboy taking care of one cow, it ain't dead!
Dumb egg-sucking.
Nobody gets to be a cowboy forever.
There's gonna be a place for us, a place where we belong. To stand outside just looking in has got to be
has been marked for terror by a killer who leaves no clues, has no motives, only an insatiable desire for strange, morbid, eerie, devilish kicks. His perversion knows no limit until... What strange vice pushed this man to beautiful women and their throats? Slowly, silently, almost as if he were not there, and yet... There's no way of telling who's next.
The masters of tension who gave you The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, the picture that out-psychoed Psycho, have now made a film 9 times more suspenseful. Cat o' Nine Tails. Nine Tails. It's 9 times more suspenseful than The Bird with the Crystal Plumage.
Now you'll know the thrill of wrapping your legs around a tornado of pounding pistons, like the girl on a motorcycle. She goes as far as she wants, as fast as she wants, straddling the potency of 100 wild horses, the girl on a motorcycle.
Dear Martha, this is the first letter of this sort I have ever written.
Ray was a con man who made one mistake. He fell in love and took Martha along for the ride.
I can arrange a meeting with a very nice woman in New Orleans.
There's no harm in writing to somebody who's so gentle and refined, and whose sister is a nurse.
Ray and Martha could have been the honeymoon lovers, but Martha's insane jealousy turned them into the Honeymoon Killers.
You hear from my lawyer! Get the hell out of here!
Get rid of her! Choke her! I don't care what you do with her!
Please!
Jealousy led Martha and Ray down one of the darkest paths in the annals of American crime.
You're the hottest bitch I've ever seen, and I don't have to take that from you.
Oh, my God. She's dead.
If you've never heard of Martha and Ray, see The Honeymoon Killers, then try to forget them.
She's in love with you. I can tell. So what?
Jealousy turned each perfect setup into a nightmare.
You fellas!
Do you realize that with your stupid jealousy, you could have got me into trouble?
I'd rather see you in jail than making love to another woman.
If you've never heard of Martha and Ray, see The Honeymoon Killers, then try to forget them.
I don't want the checks back. No, I don't want them back. I'm not going to call Sara. All right. I just want to go for a walk by myself and think things over.
If you've never heard of Martha and Ray, see The Honeymoon Killers, then just try to forget them.
I won't pay a penny more than $25,000 a man.
It's good and it's bad. There's a guaranteed return, and that's good. But the guarantor's a WUSA, and a WUSA's a rookie, and that's bad.
Legendary.
I picked this up at Berkeley.
You sure you guys got the right place?
can't hold it. I can't hold it.
Sir, bombs. The bombs in the street, sir.
It's a revolution.
Wait, how's this? You kill me, bang, bang, bang. And then you take the diamond from my wife when she inherits it.
You sure you've driven one of these things before, right?
I don't want to know the answer, neither does he.
It's the wrong route!
I just love this.
I know that.
Temptation never came in a more dangerous package.
I don't believe you.
Explosively new. Ernest Hemingway's The Killers. The wheels of fate challenge the killers who reach across today's great speedways to trap their victims as they roar across the screen in their Cobras, Ferraris, Maseratis at 160 miles per hour. Only Hemingway could have conceived it. Only today's screen could make the characters come so vividly alive. Lee Marvin as Charlie. Who paid him $25,000 for each killing?
Well, I gotta find out what makes a man decide not to run. Why all of a sudden he'd rather die.
Angie Dickinson as Sheila. She knew more than one way to kill a man. John Cassavetes as Johnny North, who boasted there was nothing that moved that he couldn't handle. And Sheila moved.
You have a better idea?
Unconditional surrender.
Ronald Reagan as Browning, who planned $1 million heist and got more than he bargained for.
You get back to the hotel and stay there.
I like it here.
Well, I can change that in a hurry.
Clu Gulager as Lee. With or without a pistol, he was deadly as a cobra.
Mickey, you will tell us everything.
The way he's got it planned, there'll be just the two of you in the getaway car, and more than $1 million.
What are you doing?
Well, get to them before they get to me.
No.
I want to set you straight there. You got it all wrong. This is no game. Now, I want the truth, the whole truth. So help you God. You're going out that way to express. Do you understand that?
The hero of the day until the system knocked him out of the skies.
Flying without a pilot's license. Wearing underwear in public.
40 years ago, he said he'd never fly again. And for good reason.
I couldn't even tell the good guys from the bad guys.
But when his country calls...
We need you badly, Captain Invincible. We need you now. Real badly.
When the evil Mr. Midnight threatens America.
Today in New York. Tomorrow the world.
It's time for the return of Captain Invincible, the hero who's forgotten how to fly, how to use his amazing computer brain, forgotten how to control his magnetic ability.
What the world needs now is a shining hero. What the world needs now is a glory man who will fly down
the return of Captain Invincible, legend in leotards, Cape Contender, and Man of Magnet. Magnet on! Fighting evil. Fighting booze.
Choose your booze! Let's hit the red eye! There's nothing sicker in society than a lack of liquor and sobriety. So, drink, 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 drink!
And fighting bull. Bull, bull, bull. The return of Captain Invincible. Everything's going to be just great again.
Captain Invincible, that's so.
That it could happen in America. That it could happen now. That it could ever happen to me.
Another murder tonight. At Watergate. My apartment.
Issue the order that he be taken alive.
The moon hasn't risen yet. Put a guard on me.
Harvard Law School.
Yeah!
Yeah! Tuition and fees. $10,493.
Harvard Law School. This is a big day for all of us. That's why I've decided to let you pay your own way.
Estimated annual living expenses.
You ever applied for a loan before?
$7,500.
Mr. Watson, you don't pay your bills. Get out.
Total for 3 years of law school.
Wait a second, look at this. Full tuition for the most qualified applicant.
Most qualified black applicant. $53,979.
Don't you think you're overreacting?
No.
Congratulations, Mr. Watson.
Thank you, sir. I'll do my best.
Some people will do anything to get into Harvard.
It's gonna be great! These are the 80s, man! It's the Cosby decade!
For Mark Watson, all it took was a little soul.
I'd like you to meet my good friend, Kareem Abdul-Ali.
We got Washington here on the coin toss, so he'll take Leon.
That's Watson.
Right. Sorry, Marcus.
Yeah, there may be a problem here. Your roommate was a,
What?
a black Negro.
A black Negro?
You know, there's something really strange about you, and I don't know what it is.
Oh, God, is she beautiful? You gotta believe me.
You must have learned a great deal more than you bargained for.
Tell her I'm white. Don't tell her you're white!
What's going on?
Can we blame him for the color of his skin? Mom, Dad, I'm black.
What? No, you're crazy.
Mark Watson.
Come on now!
From the producer of Risky Business, Soul Man. He didn't give up. He got down.
Right on. Do you really hate the Beach Boys now?
Get ready for the biggest fun party ever. 1974's most hilarious, wildest movie is here.
Would you believe this? There's a cop following us. Just go to speed limit. You know, cops can smell fear, man. You don't drive too fast. You don't drive slow. I'm gonna speed up. No, boss, please. He's still following. I don't want to get stuck with the shit in the car, man. Where's the shit? It's under there. Get the shit. Leave it there. Get it. We didn't get it, man. Leave it there. What the fuck are you gonna do? Get the shit. What you want to do? Throw it out the window?
That was really great. Really loved it. It was funny. It was really good.
I thought it was a riot. I really liked it.
I thought it was really great. I really liked it a lot. It was really funny. It's crazy about it.
Oh, I thought it was fantastic.
It was really good. The Groove Tube. But don't just take our word for it. The New York Times said, anyone who ever suffered that Chinese torture known as American television owes it to himself to see the Groove Tube. Playboy called the Groove Tube the most stinging assault on television since it was invented.
Mexican Americans don't like to just get into gang fights. They like flowers and music and white girls named Debbie too.
In the tradition of the great comedy teams, War and Pestilence.
Are you ready for the end of time?
Death and Taxes.
Responsibility is a heavy responsibility, man.
Bad Breath. Then Body Odor.
Whoa, choose up fast, smell armpits.
And punk rock. Comes Cheech and Chong. They walk, they talk, and now they make number 2.
I got nowhere to go.
Well, go see a movie or something.
Cheech and Chong's next movie.
All right, this is the tape. Mark.
It's the film that spits when it sings.
Hey, man.
The film that never changes its underwear. The film that leaves a stain on the theater screen.
Look dirty and filthy and deceived. We ain't dressed right. That's why we ain't getting no respect. When you go into these neighborhoods, man, you gotta have your stuff all together, man. You gotta have your attitude and your whole trip down, man. You know, everybody throws their bad looks at you, you know?
Is it a love story?
Take you all over for a dime. Okay, for free then.
Is it a thriller?
Too much. Shake 'em, you won't break 'em.
Is it a musical?
Treat me like a fool. Treat me mean and cruel.
Is it a foreign film?
I think they're Iranians.
Is it an alien attack?
Wow! Wow, look at that!
For the answers to these and other fundamental questions,
He is that way.
see Cheech and Chong's next movie.
Come on, let's go, man. This looks like good fun.
Because in a time like this, what everybody really needs is a good hit.
Yeah, I don't think you better light it in here, man.
Where?
That's gas fumes, man.
Oh, man.
Cheech and Chong's next movie.
When Satan goes wild, so does the night child.
we always be together?
Possessed into the darkest kind of evil. Once the devil takes hold, every man take cover from the night child.
No, Mommy! No, Mommy!
The woman. Burning.
I never did like the old lady.
Sometimes I can read people's minds.
Michael, you're in mortal danger.
One day, she was an innocent little girl. One night, she became something else.
Stop it!
And God help us all. Keep saying to yourself, she's just a child. She's just a child.
I love her, and she scared me to death.
Open the door! But this is the child of hell. Beyond the darkness, beyond the devil. Watch out for the night child.
We'll do whatever is necessary, and if we can't rap about it, then we're gonna shoot our way into the basement.
And nobody knows more about dying than Eddie.
How you doing, Eddie? Come on, Eddie. Let's see how good you are. Come and get us, Eddie. Come and get your babies.
It's all part of his work. He carries a badge. Eddie was born a cop. But now he's the best ex-cop in the business.
He didn't have a girl. I swear to it.
Maybe you didn't know him as good as you thought you did.
Large sums of money can do strange things to human character. You really are a cop, aren't you, Ryan?
Until they kill me. Get down before I knock you down!
Hey, relax, it's on
Relax,
routine.
listen,
Come
I've been to
on.
one too many funerals, and you're standing there telling me they think I had something to do with these homicides?
You got some imagination.
Well, I didn't imagine what they did to Gigi.
What are you driving at?
I think you know more than you're telling me. That's what I'm driving at.
And you're out of bounds, Ryan. You don't have your tin anymore, remember?
Badge 373. Inspired by the exploits of Eddie Egan, the cop with connections on excitement.
I want shotguns, rifles, and bulletproof vests.
The easiest thing in the world to buy is a cop.
One dead partner to avenge. One deadly conspiracy to abolish. One of New York's finest. At his wildest.
Hey, what are you guys doing, man? Stop this!
Badge 373. Unstoppable.
Freeze! This is the police. Drop your weapons and place your hands above your heads.
On Saturday,
6 members of the gang known as Street Thunder were ambushed by the police. On Sunday, the warlords of Street Thunder swore a blood oath to avenge their dead. For the gang called Street Thunder, it is a day of vengeance. It's war in the streets.
Oh, Jesus, come on. Come on, I'll give you my money. Just don't hurt me, please. Please.
It's terror in the night. It's the most shattering assault on a police station in history. Assault on Precinct 13.
This is the siege.
It's a goddamn siege. You're gonna stay here and hold until somebody comes, okay? We're in the middle of a city, inside a police station.
What does that mean?
They're not afraid to die. Any of them. They want to rip us apart, no matter what it costs. It means to the death.
Precinct 13, cut off, isolated in the middle of a city, as a human wave of street killers turns the night into a nightmare.
We got a war going on down here. We can't find the damn thing.
A white-hot night of hate. Assault on Precinct 13.
Excuse me, sir. Can I interest you in one of these?
What are they?
It's about the Society of Brethren.
Brethren, what do they do?
Jesus saves you.
What are you, some sort of bloody crank?
No sacrifice is great enough. Blessed be the brethren, and you alone suffer.
Beware, my brethren.
Saying unto you, my brethren, all over the world, pray that you may
Sinner, meet your maker.
you are able to carry on.
She will be reborn, Mother.
You must never let them tempt you. They'll try and make you have sex.
Love your Christ or die.
Kenny, too, has dedicated his life to God.
I baptized her, Mother.
Sinner, meet your maker.
He was nailed to the cross, to the cross.
Beware, my brethren.
Beware, my brethren.
For without Christ you are destroyed.
Without Christ I'll be devoured by hell fire.
Something ought to be done about those crank religions.
In the name of the brethren, he washed away the sins of women.
The day of retribution is at hand.
And led them to the gates of hell.
There is no escape. I am his sword, his avenging angel. The good Lord speaks and says, put your house in order. Yes, the Lord says, put your house in order for my day of vengeance.
Beware, my brethren.
This chick's out for kicks and in for trouble with the born losers.
Just how was a mom initiated?
By getting it from everybody.
Neato.
We hoped you'd take off your clothes, baby.
Who's got the acid?
Acid?
If you kids are gonna sail, we're not coming out of orbit for 3 days.
Woo! Look at this! 600 Somalis!
These are the born losers, the sickest sickle gang that ever terrorized a town, while the law stood helpless.
You know, not only do they assault her, but they're free to go right on keeping her living in terror. If only one of us had the guts to just cut them down.
I've been wanting to crack at you from the beginning. Are you planning on fighting or talking me to death?
Mr. District Attorney,
Any truth to the rumors that the girls will refuse to testify?
Remember, all you need is one witness to obtain an indictment.
Born losers, and they know it.
Please, don't do that. How about a pretty please on your knees?
On your knees?
Against the wall.
Billy Jack, I'm gonna kill you if it's the last thing I do. I'm gonna gut your bowels out.
In Los Angeles, London, New York, Rome, Tokyo, all over the world, there's a teenage rebellion. Mondo Tinto. Yes, teenagers set the pace for new customs, new fads, new dances. Wheels give them freedom, and sex is a new toy to play with. Listen to this college girl.
Don't blame it on the pill. That's just another form of contraceptive, a convenience.
Sweden not only sanctions trial marriages, but welcomes the offspring.
Whoever I marry will accept the child as his own.
Mondo Tinto.
My mother used to bow and scrape every time a man walked into the room. Well, not me, Daddy.
In Japan, where face is so important, marriages are still arranged. Then the young Japanese girl can go to the same place she might have gone to have her eyelids westernized or her breasts enlarged. And here she can have herself surgically reflowered. While these teenagers rebel against tradition, figuring if a marriage starts in the mud, it can only get better. Enjoy a weekend in the country. Live and love.
God, I hope I'm not pregnant.
But in spite of the pill, some do still get pregnant. That doesn't stop the practice of the world's oldest profession.
How old are you now?
17.
What sort of people do you get as clients?
Usually the older men.
From Soho to Sunset Strip, the rebellion goes on. Some are lonely and seek their own kind. Others need the mark of belonging and will meet any demands to be one of the gang.
What you gonna do? Stop all the
Paul Newman.
You're a horseman?
Yeah, I'd ride anything. Even ride an armadillo.
You'll ride one of ours?
Yes, ma'am. It's bareback.
And Lee Marvin.
What you gotta do is you gotta move in closer. Look around, see what's cooking, and out they go. Boy kicking dirt about 42 foot in the air, huh? Couple loop-de-loops, a little Mexican tailspin. Pick him up, dust him off, and then just...
Newman and Marvin.
But you want to look good in Mexico, you hang on as long as you can.
Together, they do the wildest things for pocket money.
We get our heads together down here, Jim. We could make a lot of money. We could eat it with a knife and a fork.
They call him a Chihuahua Express.
You know how they call me the Chihuahua Express?
Well, I never heard that.
Well, it's not true, I'm not.
Paul Newman is Jim Kane, a man who tries to make an impression.
You're in the horn business. That's right. And what do you want with horns?
I like to stick them in things. You know, I travel a lot and I go places, and I guess you'd call me a loner.
Quit hitting at me, friend.
Lee Marvin is Leonard, who puts every situation to its best advantage.
There's some secret police downstairs. They come around when you're in trouble. I got a plan. Seeing as how you gotta go along anyway, why don't you let me turn you in?
Now you guys have done some terrific work. And maybe I can't give you a letter of reference. But you got my respect. And if we ever get down this way again, with any luck, we're gonna look specifically for you, and you. Or if we got some friends coming down here, we're gonna put them onto you. But either way, no matter how you cut the slice, somebody is gonna be thinking of you.
When you're laying all this stuff on some girl, she must know you're doing it when you're doing it.
Well, now you know I'm gonna have to say that all depends.
On what?
On what angle you play. You only mean angle.
Gotcha.
Paul Newman and Lee Marvin have the time of their lives playing tough and cool.
Boy, if somebody cheats me, I'm gonna hit him with a Stilson wrench and shove him down a culvert. See what you can get out of this thing. Hang in there, Leonard. Hang right in there, boy. Just try.
Newman, Marvin. Pocket money is like nothing they've ever done before.
There have been disaster movies about fiery infernos, airports, luxury liners, earthquakes, and lighter-than-air craft. And now, the big bus. Paramount Pictures presents the first disaster movie where everyone dies laughing. It's the world's first atomic-powered, non-stop, got-to-be-seen-to-be-believed way to travel from New York to Denver. Why Denver? Why not? But the one thing that makes the Big Bus the comedy event of the year is the passenger list. And the crew.
Well, I don't care what anybody says. I did not eat 110 passengers.
You yourself said you ate a foot!
You eat one lousy foot, they call you a cannibal.
Before we get started, Dan, there's something I gotta tell you. I got something wacky in my middle ear. I can't keep off the shoulders.
I gotta get my confidence back. If I can just drive down...
Tell me, Father, why don't we worship a steam engine?
Because we can see a steam engine.
I don't buy that.
But we can also see God.
Not as good as a steam engine. I forgot to make a wish.
If there should be a radiation leak, God forbid.
We can't live without each other. We never should have gotten a divorce.
How long you divorced?
6 hours.
Give it a chance!
I was the only one who had the courage to put an IUD in a rabbit.
I've only got 6 months to live.
Oh, stop wasting time. Hop in.
There is nothing quite like a nice, leisurely cross-country ride.
Hi, welcome aboard to the Big Bus.
Especially when it's on the Big Bus.
You all know the story of Moses. Well, this is the story of Herschel, who floated down the Nile with Moses. He might have had Moses' job, but he just didn't have the right connections.
Dudley Moore.
I am the God of Abraham.
I'd have to hear him a few more times before I got him down pat.
Lorraine Newman. James Coco.
Oh, no, slay me instead. Listen, now, he has a point. Yes.
Paul Sand.
Party time!
Jack Guilford.
I wouldn't have hit him there.
Dom DeLuise.
Herschel. Let's have lunch.
John Houseman.
We go with fire and brimstone.
Madeline Kahn.
I love the way the sun's glistening through your hair. Bow!
David L. Lander.
I will make you see again. Don't blow it.
Richard Pryor.
The man was phenomenal. What, are you kidding me? He split the Red Sea in half. I mean, zip down the middle, cover quick, and no excuses.
John Ritter.
Man gives in to temptation freely enough without any help from me. Thank you very much.
After 3,000 years, the story can at last be told of the simple shepherd who tried to put out the burning bush.
Holy Moses. Gigantic. Inspiration. Magnificent.
Holy Moses, what a movie!
Holy Moses. What a comedy. Would I lie to you?
Observe this man closely. His eyes have seen violence. His nose has breathed corruption. His mouth has whispered both love and betrayal. Paramount Pictures presents The Conformist, a film directed by Bernardo Bertolucci, a study in the seduction of the soul. The rape of the mind. The art of political assassination. The Conformist, acclaimed at the Berlin Film Festival. The Conformist, filmed in the palaces of power, in the streets and secret cells of revolution. The Conformist, hailed at the New York Film Festival. Starring Jean-Louis Trintignant, surpassing even his roles in Z, and A Man and a Woman. The Conformist, a film that lashes out at a world gone mad. And all at once, the camera becomes an instrument of passion. A weapon of destruction. A time bomb of truth for this day and age. conformist. You dare not forget him.
Space convoy on a strange voyage, carrying a rare cargo. The forests, the plants, the growing things doomed to extinction on Earth.
We have just received orders to abandon and nuclear destruct all the forests and return our ships to commercial service.
We're going home!
You can't blow up this forest.
Now move!
Silent running. Cataclysm in outer space. Every moment bringing its own danger as man explores the mysteries of an unknown and limitless universe.
Valley Forge, what the hell's wrong? You're moving out, you're accelerating.
I've got a premature detonation on dome number 2, and I've got an explosion in the main cargo deck. Now, please advise me immediately.
Give me Barker.
I can't find Barker. I can't find Wolf or Keenan either. I'm afraid, Neil, that they might have been in dome number 2.
Dome number 1.
Meet the almost human drones, amazing companions on a journey beyond the stars.
The man has a full house and he knew it. Now, how about that?
Hear Joan Baez sing Rejoice in the Sun and Silent Running.
Listen, Lowell, if you continue as is, we figure you'll hit the northeastern quadrant of Saturn's outer ring tomorrow morning.
To an ancient legend, the human body has 7 forbidden acupuncture points. If stimulated correctly with a special golden needle, the result is everlasting youth, pleasure, and vitality. Incorrectly, the result is agonizing death. 7 points, 7 needles, golden needles that can rule the world. American International presents Golden Needles. From the gracious mansions of Beverly Hills to the teeming waterfront of the China Sea, 7 people seek the treasure of pain and pleasure, the fabulous Golden Needles.
It's as beautiful as they say.
250,000.
You're insane. Michelle mentioned any amount of money that is offered. What do you want?
30,000 American dollars.
You got it.
That's the deal. Joe Don Baker, that big man from Walking Tall, as a soldier of fortune, grasping for one last chance.
That's the baby.
Between his friends and his enemies, he's had a hard time staying alive. Elizabeth Ashley as Felicity.
Am I gonna take you home?
She's beautiful.
Definitely.
Smart. And definitely not to be trusted.
Where's my money?
I lost it?
She lost it. Ann Southern as Finzi, the Mahjong Queen. She has a yen for men, money, and mayhem. Burgess Meredith as Winters. He's so rich, he can kill kill with a wave of his hand.
Now you get me the statue and the needles and bring them to this specific spot. And if you don't, you will be subtracted.
Jim Kelly as Jeff. He has a talent for karate and a taste for trouble. Roy Chow as Lin Tao. He's an artist. He works in oils and blood. Frances Fong as Su Lin. She may look delicate, but watch out. 7 desperate people on one desperate chase to find the golden needles. He who owns them can rule the world.
He's sexy, zany, sensational.
You recognize that famous sign, huh?
Oh, yes, senor. It is a number 2.
No, it's the sign of
Sorrow.
Oh, sorrow!
That is a little more like it.
20th Century Fox and Melvin Simon Productions present George Hamilton. And George Hamilton as One Destiny.
To help the helpless.
2 brothers.
To befriend the friendless.
1 legend.
To defeat the feedless.
2 color schemes.
I found it helps to keep them guessing.
Thrill to the magnificent return of the 2 and only Zorro.
What are you waiting for? Here he is! Arrest him!
Swing with Zorro. Fall with Zorro. And catch a few Z's with Zorro.
You're the bravest man I ever met.
I'm very impressed with myself, too.
Out of the night. Out of the past. Out of the legend comes George Hamilton. George Hamilton. Lauren Hutton. Brenda Vaccaro. Ron Liebman. Zorro! And a cast of peasants in Zorro, the Gay Blade.
Funny movie the other night. It is the gassiest, grooviest, swingingest, trippiest movie you've ever seen. It's Otto Preminger's Psychedelic Trip. The Living End. It's a movie that kids will like. A while laughing. They turn on the older generation, get them high. Can you imagine Groucho Marx being God?
Skidoo, skidoo. The only thing that matters is with who you do. Skidoo, skidoo. The only thing that matters is with who. Skidoo, I doodly-oo-doo. I do believe it really is the thing to do. Skidoo, skidoo. Between the 1 and 3, there is a 2.
I think this movie is going to turn on the country.
Jackie Gleason was Tony Banks, Carol Channing Flo.
It's not odorless, colorless, and tasteless. As a matter of fact, it's Technicolor.
Frankie Avalon and Jeep, Fred Clark, a tower guard.
I laughed my head off. So if you see a man walking around without his head, that's me.
Michael Constantine Leach, Frank Gorshin, the man.
The wildest trip anybody can ever take.
John Philip Lawstash, Peter Lawford, the senator.
Peter Lawford?
A real swinger.
Burgess Meredith, the warden.
Far out.
George Raft, the skipper. Cesar Romero as head chief.
Every young person in the country should turn on Mom and Dad by taking her this movie.
Mickey Rooney, Blue Chips Packard.
It's a gas.
Groucho Marx played God in the Otto Preminger film Skadoodly-doo-doo-doo.
Oh, and please, keep off the grass.
And introducing Austin Pendleton as Fred, Alexandra Hay as Darlene, and Luna as God's mistress. Well, you know what I mean.
Anybody that don't like that, Daddy, don't like chicken on Sunday.
It'll make you love better. It'll make you feel better. And it's even legal.
Man wasn't meant to fly. He wasn't meant to go up in the sky. Man wasn't meant for such things. If God wanted man to fly, we'd have wings.
been thinking, and, well, I wonder if maybe seeing so much of each other is really such a good thing.
First love is beautiful hurt. If it happens to you once, you're lucky. Paramount Pictures presents an Alan J. Pakula production, The Sterile Cuckoo, starring Liza Minnelli, Wendell Burton, and Tim McIntyre.
I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to get chosen for the Olympic team.
Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer presents a Brian Forbes film, International Velvet.
Will there ever be another horse like him? There might.
An unforgettable story in which a new legend is born.
It's the fool!
About two women separated by a generation.
John, wake up quickly, she's gone again.
Sara! Get off! Come here. You stupid little idiot. What the hell do you think you're doing?
Riding.
You don't cheat me. You don't ever ride my horse. You don't ever ride my horse without my permission. Do you understand?
But joined by the dream they share.
But you were like me. You told me you were only interested in the pie and that nothing else mattered.
She wasn't running away from us. She was just running. Her parents are dead, killed in horrifying circumstances. She's shipped off to a strange country, meets an aunt she doesn't know, and an uncle who isn't her uncle, and dumped in some bloody awful school. Well, come on.
I know all that, but why can't I talk to her?
In every girl is the woman she's destined to become. And in every woman is the girl she used to be.
Why did you stop riding? Well, it was the oldest reason in the world. I lost my nerve.
Wouldn't exactly call it riding, would we? Staying on a horse, perhaps. And tell me, where did you learn what you call riding?
Arizona.
Oh, in the colonies. Now, when I take somebody, if I take somebody, they come on my terms and they work my way. No nonsense, no temperament, no alibis, and certainly no question of my admitting that I'm ever wrong. And total dedication.
I've been chosen. They picked me. I'm riding this time.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Can I buy you a Coke to celebrate?
Sure.
So, I'll see you in the stadium tomorrow. And win or lose, I'll take you to dinner. Is that a date?
It's a date.
What is important in the games is not the winning, but the taking part.
Don't do it for me. Do it for your father. He won the Grand National.
Go out there and prove how wrong I was.
You've got to show him.
You'll feel the thrills, share the excitement, and cheer for her in a story of winning and losing, and all the growing up in between. International Velvet, starring Tatum O'Neal, Christopher Plummer, Anthony Hopkins, and Nanette Newman. International Velvet.
And that house up there, that was her house. And nothing from that first day I saw her, and no one that has happened to me since, has ever been as frightening and as confusing. For no person I've ever known has ever done more to make me feel more sure, more insecure, more important, and less significant. That was back when summer seemed forever.
I wish somebody would invade this dopey island!
Hey, Oski, it's that lady again. Oski, you killed him.
It was one of the last summers when my best friends were the ones I fought the most.
Joe!
A date was the girl we met in the balcony.
It's a medical journal. Why should they lie?
They take pictures like that.
Nah, they must have special cameras.
Come on, what drugstores would develop them? If we took film like that to Old Man Sanders, we'd be put in reform school.
Well, I guess they developed them themselves.
When the most astonishing facts were common knowledge.
Oh, Hermie, hi.
And then, that one woman made it all simple.
A stone killer is nobody's friend. He's a gun who's hired to do the dirty work. Sometimes he wears a badge.
Stop!
Detective Lieutenant Lou Torrey is good at his job, but his reputation stinks. They say he enjoys it too much.
He's straight, he's got experience, and he's the best damn detective we ever had.
You can't hit me!
He's vicious.
Who hit you? I wouldn't do a thing like that.
I'm beginning to find you a little hard to swallow, Torrey.
We have 40 men. They're all well-trained in combat, transportation, communications. All of them anonymous, not one of them has a criminal record.
Are you sure, Al? A family war is not easy to handle. Tell you what, you start the blaze, I'll call the fire department.
Torrey is up to his eyebrows in Godfathers, informers, junkies, and trigger men with itchy fingers. It's hot in New York. Even hotter in LA. And they're freaking out in the wide open spaces in between. Charles Bronson, the Stone Killer.
If Shaft can't and the Hammer won't, Super Spook will. He's the baddest dude in Hollywood.
Get him up, Scout.
An expert at games of chance.
Come on, shoot. Big D!
Ooh, yeah, Ugly. A mellow man about town.
I know, brother. Ooh, yeah, Ugly in Art Bay.
Hell on wheels with the women.
My little petite, stop that. My little petite, stop that. My little petite, you know.
And a master of the art of physical combat.
I would hate to curve your chest in.
He's not Super Spade. He's not Super Duke.
Do you have a Johnson?
Oh, ma'am, I don't have people.
He's not Super Nicker.
I'm Super Spook.
My mother was mugged.
Your mother was mugged?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, all she knows
is that it was a dude. He was wearing white pants. Yeah. He had on a jacket. And she caught a whiff of this nasty, weird sort of odor. When ran away, he was screaming out, "Hi-yo, Sybil."
Hi-ho, and away.
Something like the Lone Ranger.
Hi-yo, so.
Yeah.
With Super Spook on the scene, ain't nothing to worry about. Except for the cops.
I'd have had the mask-wearing, boot-type nigga if it weren't for that damn Super Spook.
Organized religion.
There was this mugging in the bar. The guy wears some kind of, spray cologne or something on his thing. And
I don't know no nigga with no cologne. Any nigga I know, right guard type nigga.
The victim.
I want Mr. Spook gone and off the case.
And of course, the mugger.
Give me that.
Gotcha.
If Shaft can't and the hammer won't, the spook will. That's you. Right.
If Shaft can't and the hammer won't, Super Spook will.
For the case.
Today is Mum's anniversary.
God bless her. Wish her a happy anniversary from me.
Oh, thank you. Our Mum is a very special person.
You, Mum, tell her happy birthday from the lads. It's not her birthday, it's her anniversary. Happy anniversary, then.
We invite you to join the family on this happy occasion.
How we danced on the night we were wed. We vowed our true love.
Elegant, charming.
No one in sight of a patch on our Mum. Bloody hell.
Happy anniversary, Mum.
God! What kind of a woman do you think I am?
She's the incomparable Betty Davis, and there's no one to hold a candle to her.
It's this house, this bloody house. I always leave here with a screaming headache, shaking with murder and hate.
Her loving daughter-in-law. Her 3 adoring sons. And her prospective daughter-in-law.
What is it, love? What's the matter? Henry's here. He's dressed himself up in my clothes. Get that stuff off, Henry. You know nylon brings you out in a rash.
God bless our Mum.
God bless our happy home. It's you. Me? You're inside him all the time, scratching away at his ulcer. Ah, that's more like my daughter-in-law. Down on all fours, spitting away, with her whiskers quivering.
Betty Davis, brilliant star of many parts, adds yet another portrait of evil to her gallery of memorable characters.
I had you summed up the moment you poked your head out. This one's a Thomas, I said, and I was right.
Mum is always right.
That is why we decided to do something really special for her on this anniversary.
What do you suggest, Karen? Put her on a bonfire, tie her to a stake?
No more games. This time we really kill her. My God, she's scummy.
We find that our love is an altar.
God, you've had a good anniversary, haven't you? It's not over yet.
Hurry, hurry, hurry! They're just in time, friends, to see the most sensational, the most colossal attraction ever witnessed by the human eye. Mondo Carly #1 and Mondo Carly #2. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Freak out. Watch the creeps making fun of themselves. See the living dead. Stuff the goose until it explodes. Yes, Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Mondo Carly #1. Yowza, yowza, yowza. However, just to be certain, you will also see Mondo Carly #2. It starts where Mondo Carly #1 left off. Soon to be shown together in their original uncut version. Rated R.
Starring Jason Robards, unforgettable as Al Capone.
I'm talking about staying alive! Try getting it through your cement head that what Moran's pulled so far, that's for openers. He wants me. He wants me dead.
George Siegel as Peter Gusenberg, the enforcer.
It's not the pipes at all. It's the beer. You got green beer. Here, you can smell it. See what I mean?
Ralph Meeker as notorious Bugs Moran, who challenged the Capone empire.
I say it's time we put Capone and his bums out of business. For good.
In all the annals of crime films, you have never witnessed such savagery and authenticity. A vice ring that earned $367 million in 1 year. 21,000 speakeasies. 618 murders. Wild platinum parties. One-way rides. In an era when love and death were for sale. On the flaming battleground called Chicago.
It's all set for this Thursday, Mr. Capone. In the morning, around 10:30. We got a nice Valentine all ready to deliver.
A Valentine for Bugs. Say, Jack, just make sure it's a great big red Valentine, huh?
Hello, boys. Something I can do for you?
Yeah, you can shut up. I'll line up, all of you. Face that wall.
The St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
In the world of roller games, there's room at the top for only one. And there's only one Kansas City Bomber. Raquel Welch is the Kansas City Bomber. And she's the hottest thing on wheels.
Casey, go, 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 Casey, go! Casey car up in front. The Bomber is at it again. There goes Big Bertha down on her wallet.
What I'm going to say, I don't want general knowledge. But when I was scouting you, I was looking for someone I can build into a key personality. I just wanted you to know you weren't brought to Portland to be just another figure on the payroll.
Ladies, let's be ladies here.
Hey, listen, Big Brother, you're a big fat tub of lard and you can't skate any better than you look. Okay, I challenge you to a match race right here next Saturday. Baby, you got it!
This is the world of roller games, where the only thing more dangerous than the competition is some of the fans.
Don't laugh at me!
Jackie Burdette. Vivian's trying to get in the middle of it.
You and Jackie can't stay on the same team.
Anytime
any place, Sugar Puss. I can tell you right now, Casey Carpenter's start packing all her bras.
Sooner or later, the two of you are going to have it out with a match race.
A match race? You must be joking, man.
Jackie gets what she wants.
Boy, baby, you're a big mouth. How about right now?
You get what you want.
Sure, come on.
I told her that there was only room for one of you on the Portland team, and I didn't care which one.
Who will it be? Will it be Jackie for dead leaving? Or will it be Casey leaving? Come on! I know I'm not going to miss it.
I hope you don't think I intended for this to happen.
Didn't you?
Yes.
In the world of roller games, there's room at the top for only one.
Gold medal-winning bestseller comes to the motion picture screen. Challenge to Survive. The true story of a man forced to turn his back on civilization and live with a family of wild animals.
Zach's crashed somewhere in the Rockies.
Mayday! This is Zach O'Brien. Do you read me? Over.
Here is high adventure, crackling danger, and soaring excitement. And it's true, every living moment. Zach O'Brien defied all odds in his quest for victory against the wilderness.
If he got out of that plane in one piece, he knows enough about the mountains and the snow to survive. And more important, he wants to survive.
Challenge to Survive is thrilling millions. Academy Award material, says Venby in the New York Times. Thrill of a lifetime, says the Nashville Press.
And wreckage was strewn over a quarter of a mile. With the snow 4 to 6 feet deep in the crash area, trained animal trainers' chances of having survived are dim and are calling off the search efforts.
Filmed against the majestic backdrop of God's country. See this heartwarming true story of a man who had the courage to live and survive with his family of wilderness friends. The critics are raving about Mel Torme's brilliant recreation of a man who became a legend. Together with special guest star William Shatner, they bring the pages of the bestseller excitingly alive. Challenge to Survive. Together they became free as the wind. Great family adventure. Challenge to Survive.
August 14th. Notes on experiment designated X. Experimental subject, myself, James Xavier.
X, the most fantastic experiment you have ever taken part in, presents Roma Land in his most challenging role since his Academy Award-winning Lost Weekend. X, the man with the X-ray eyes.
Are you all right? It's like a splitting of the world. More light than I've ever seen. Filled with light.
X, the man with the X-ray eyes, tries to help the most desperate in our society and enjoys all the delights of secretly studying sexology.
Headache?
No, it's just my eyes.
A doctor with the power to see what others cannot believe. He can overcome the unknown, save lives, and invade the glamour gambling casinos of Las Vegas and defy the goddess of chance.
Don't draw. Don't draw. The next card's a face card.
And Harry, you better go for the sheriff right now.
sleeve.
No!
J. Edgar Hoover. He was the most feared man in the history of the United States government. For 48 years, he defended the country against crime, subversion, and corruption. He was never elected. He was never opposed. He could never be bought. But he knew everyone who could. Everyone. How did he control the Kennedys? What did he know about Martin Luther King? Why did he defy President Nixon? What really happened to The Private Files of J. Edgar Hoover? Actually filmed inside the Federal Bureau of Investigation in Washington, D.C. and in the Bureau Training School at Quantico, Virginia. This is the story of the real J. Edgar Hoover and the people whose lives he controlled. Starring Academy Award winner Broderick Crawford as J. Edgar Hoover, Jose Ferrer, Celeste Holm, Rip Torn, Ronnie Blakely, John Marley, June Havoc, Lloyd Nolan, William Jordan as John F. Kennedy, James Wainwright as Young Hoover, Howard Da Silva as Franklin D. Roosevelt, Michael Sachs as Melvin Purvis, Raymond St. Jacques as Martin Luther King, Andrew Duggan as Lyndon Johnson, George Plimpton as Quentin Reynolds, Dan Daly as Clyde Tolson, Lloyd Gow as Walter Winchell, Brad Dexter as Alvin Karpus, George D. Wallace as Senator Joe McCarthy, and Michael Parks as Robert Kennedy. A distinguished Oscar-winning cast in a true story of political intrigue at the center of power from World War I to Watergate. The Private Files of J. Edgar Hoover.
In order to keep the Army's hands off them, they had to keep their hands off girls. The Gay Deceivers.
I'm Malcolm D. John, your landlord.
Introducing Michael Greer as the gay landlord.
Oh, I'm Danny.
Starring Kevin Coughlin.
Oh, how do you do? I'm Elliot.
Larry Casey.
Well, pleased to meet you. You are the muscular one, aren't you? I just adore this cottage.
And beautiful Brooke Bundy.
I saw him first.
Oh, wait a minute, gorgeous. I got a bigger kiss off.
Dad, I'm trying to tell you something.
Don't tell me. Tell your draft board.
Hey, everybody. This is Elliot, our next-door neighbor. Control yourself.
What goes on in the Gay Deceivers when everyone begins to suspect everyone else is the darndest, gayest fairy tale you've ever seen on the motion picture screen.
Let's have a look.
And even little sister gets into the act.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. Have I got a girl for you? Ta-da!
It's getting so you can't tell the boys from the girls. What kind of a movie is this? Rated R.
Sonny Shiba is back in his greatest, most important role. Battered, abused, but always invincible. Sonny Shiba returns to prove he is one of the greatest martial arts fighters of all time. The Street Fighter has a new image. The man of 1,000 faces.
What are you gonna do with us, officer? Lock us up with the garbage and throw away the key?
New Line Cinema brings you Sonny Shiba in The Street Fighter's Last Revenge.
You know what? I I think we will make it out.
That's a go. Sonny Shiba, in one of his most challenging portrayals of the new Street Fighter, weaves a web of passion. Blood and ultimate brutal revenge. This is the last time you'll see Sonny Shiba as the Street Fighter. Hey, Black, come on. And it's Sonny Shiba at his most spectacular. Nobody messes with the Street Fighter. No guns, no fists. No fighter can stop him. For one of the most violent and explosive experiences of your life, don't miss Sonny Shiba in the Street Fighter's Last Revenge. Hey! Rated R.
It was part heaven.
My God, is Havana wide open?
It was part hell.
I told him that I wanted the best counter-terrorist I could find.
Would you inform General Bello that Major Diggs has arrived?
It was pure Havana.
I'm going to give you a pass. I will let you go any place and see anything.
We are prepared to pay $10,000 for the whole damn operation. Take it or leave it.
What about some money? Money.
You're French.
I have very few friends.
Do they toss bombs around? Shoot off guns?
No, you do that.
Tell me what your favorite weapon is, and I get it for you, whatever you want.
Tractors!
Cuba in the 50s. Exotic. Sensual. Glamorous. Dangerous.
Don't you have a job to do?
I'm going to do my job.
Cuba in the 50s. It was open to everything, and nothing would ever change it, short of revolution. Cuba.
As Americans, one of your most precious freedoms is the right to bear arms.
I'm taking you all in. On one charge. Speeding.
All you gotta do is have long hair, ride a scooter, and wear colors. Everything you do is illegal.
Look, I'm a man first and a cop second.
Their total disregard for law and order and morality is a threat to the survival of all.
I'm taking you home, you old man. Get dressed.
He thought his badge gave him special rights. And he used them.
So what do you think did it, Jake?
Our club's got nothing against your club.
These people were born misfits. And I have no qualms whatsoever about shooting them.
I wanted to kill them.
You're crazy.
Law and order gone mad.
Daddy! Daddy!
Say, Lord, please make me happy. Say, Lord, don't make me blue. Say, Lord, 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 please. Please make me happy. 'Cause I'm doing all these things just for you.
Northville, USA, where the law-abiding citizens exercised their right to bear arms.
I thought you said they wouldn't have any guns. They're not supposed to.
The town had to be made safe for decent people. And the enemy had to be wiped out because they were different. It could happen anywhere, but it happened in Northville, USA. Northville Cemetery Massacre.
It was a time in my life that I'll never forget. It was my last year in school, and my last chance to win the state finals. My last year in school lasted me all my life. I want to win once, I want to know what it feels like. And you will. I wanted a lot of things then. We all did.
Love, I'm burning up with love. Yeah!
My friend Jerry found his in the strangest places. Would you believe he pinned 2 girls in the same week? Finally got caught with his pants down. But he always came through for me.
Who'd you set me up with? Susie Wilson.
Susie Wilson?
Hey, I'll be down in 5 minutes, okay?
There was always one girl you wanted to go out with, and hopefully make out with. Well, she was mine.
Did you ever get anything off of Susie Wilson? Listen, Dave, you don't mind me hanging out with her, do you? I mean, there's not too much I can do about it. She's really got the hots for me, don't you think?
I really wouldn't know. Burton was definitely not one of my friends.
Go back and get yours! Lick it up, Morelli!
Dean was last year's champ, who also happened to be my sister's boyfriend. I know he was only watching out for me. I did a few things for him, too.
Dean Berger, good to see you.
Come on, man, let's go!
But the craziest thing of all was that chicken race. When it came down to it, I really had only one thing on my mind.
Thinking about the race?
Hell with the race. I just like to win.
Come on, Dave, you can do it!
Oh, come on, man. I ain't even started running yet.
So?
I'm looking for a record out of you today. You got it.
You're gonna need it.
Huh?
A record. You're gonna need one to beat me today. My last year in school lasted me all my life. It was our winning season. It should happen once to everyone.
In the 1930s, to play ball in the major leagues, you had to be white. To play in the Negro League, you had to be great. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Bingo Long and the greatest congregation of athletic talent ever assembled in one place at one time for one purpose.
Play ball!
They say you're a pretty fair hitter.
So they said.
Well, here's this.
Billy D. Williams is Bingo Long. James Earl Jones is Leon Carter.
Ball players gotta overthrow the owners and run the teams their own selves.
You think we can do that?
Do what?
Overthrow the owners.
Sure. Same day we turned white.
Richard Pryor is Charlie Snow.
From now on, I'm going to be known as Carlos Nevada. I'm going to break into the majors as a Cuban.
He can hit, he can run, he can score.
Buenas noches, senora. Can I buy you a drink?
The Bingo Long, traveling all-stars and motor king.
What you gonna do about this mess, Sally Potter?
It's your picture what's leading this band of detergents.
You're all stars against mine. One big game down in St. Louis.
Barnstorming in the 1930s. It was daring.
Just drop me off at the baseball practice.
It was demoralizing.
Come on, this wonderful lady.
It was downright dangerous.
You gentlemen checking out?
Who would have thought it could be so much fun?
Wow! Now we got to ruin that team before they're gonna ruin us.
Traveling all-stars and monarchy!
One more time! Listen to Bingo, still on home!
You breathe, reckless and violent on a collision course with the establishment. Headed for hell on chopped-down hogs. Hating each other, but hating the establishment more.
Listen, Charlie, we've had enough of your kind of help.
You black animal!
Yeah, a panther, honky. Black Angels, a pack of snarling wolves in a fury of burning rubber and blood. Crashing head-on with brutal fury, soaking the streets with blood.
Don't push me, Chainer.
Why not? You push me, you push us, you push everybody.
Don't play games, huh?
A wild bunch of women, untamed and shameless, turning on for kicks. Black Angels, grabbing every kick along the way.
Yeah, I'm a new shade of black.
I'll bust you wide open.
You ain't busting nobody, Whitey.
Thundering hordes of bikers clashing head-on in the most violent bike movie ever filmed.
You slummy dimple.
Black Angels exploding out of the slums, slamming into the establishment. See the Black Angels soaring across the screen in an unforgettable drama of raging anger. Breaking out on wheels. Danger is their life. Death their destiny. Black Angels, savage, brutal, fierce. Don't visit American International Pictures. Rated R, restricted, under 17, requires accompanying parent or adult guardian.
Wild and no angels, law-defying, getting their kicks from violence and torture. The Wild Angels, starring Peter Fonda and Nancy Sinatra. In the Angel Gang, if you're one man's woman, you're his old lady.
Well, because the way I used to be and all, you know. I just figured that you thought I...
You talk too much.
If you're a mama, you're every man's woman.
All right, everybody. We race up to that end of the canyon. The first one gets Mama Monahan. I'm ready.
Look
baby. I said we're gonna have a party now.
Listen, Frankenstein, get lost or the loser will take care of you.
Oh, man, I got more than the loser ever had.
Oh, blues!
These are the Aginners. Their emblems, those of the defeated, the despised. Their intimacies, a rape of decency. Their every enjoyment, a parody of pleasure.
Yeah, we don't want nobody telling us what to do. We don't want nobody pushing us around.
Just what is it that you want to do?
We want to be free to ride our machines without being hassled by the man. And we want to get loaded. Oh, no, preach. Not children of God, but hell's angels.
It's party time!
Introducing Dr. William J. Bryan, the first medical doctor in the United States to specialize in the practice of hypnotism.
In 1960, I was consulted regarding a tragic case of a triple murderer who strangled his victims immediately after viewing the movie Psycho. His fascinating analysis under hypnosis, now a matter of record in my book, came to the attention of the producers of Dementia 13, who asked me to devise a method of preventing a recurrence of this tragedy.
You will be given a test prepared by Dr. Bryan to determine your ability to withstand shock. Those unable to pass this test will not be admitted to the theater. In this old castle, death is the youngest thing alive, for it is born and reborn 13 times, each time from a different dementia. A miasma of madness hides the one who delivers death, one who walks with silent tread and strikes with ruthless force. Is it the mother, demented by grief, or the attentive daughter-in-law, whose voice is soothingly hypnotic?
She'll tell me. I promise you.
Is it the son, who with fire creates beauty? Or the doctor who can cure and kill? Or perhaps the new bride, tortured by the ever-present nearness of death? Know the frenzy of a wedding night, in which a marriage is consummated, in a passion of terror. You too will be mesmerized by a world that cannot be, but is. The movements of the static startles the wisest of birds. The mystery of the enigmatic leads to a strange rendezvous. An attempted escape, a meeting with terror.
The famous Gold Coast Marathon and the Florida Grand Prix. The great hydroplanes that churn water at death-defying speed. We can see daylight under that boat. This Miami is over. The kicks never stop for the racing set. They live it up and love it up at a restless pace, driven by the racing fever in their blood.
I have someone for you, Doctor. Can you see her tomorrow night? Fine. fine.
We get about tomorrow night, Dr. Cooper. Please don't destroy our baby.
Starring Joe Morrison, Charles Martin, Barbara Biggert, and presenting recording star Jerry Granahan.
If I had to limit myself to going out with men who thought you were a nice guy.
I still pay the bills, remember?
That'll see shortly. Connie, I love you. I want to marry you.
Don't, Lee. Don't defend my honor just because he showed up.
Behind the glamour of Florida's sporting life, a blazing torrent of emotions, and suddenly a grueling race becomes a deadly vendetta.
I see you now, all grey, his eyes staring. I saw him, and yet I know he's out there, lying in his coffin.
This coach is bound for a terrifying destination. No corpse can remain at peace in this village of the undead, this land of the zombies. In this place, no one is safe. No one can hide from witchcraft, superstition, and fear. Even Sir James Forbes, the clear-headed man of science, was forced to accept the horrifying facts.
Young Martinus also says that he saw something on the moors, something that he insists was his brother. But we know that his brother is dead. We also know that he is not lying in his coffin. Someone in this village is practicing witchcraft. That corpse wandering on the moors is an undead. A zombie.
When Sylvia Forbes hated the young squire, it was dangerous. But when she fell in love with him, it was lethal.
Personalized by the motion picture screen's Prince of Horror, Vincent Price.
Corruptum.
No, I beg of you! Mercy, mercy!
With the devil's own darling, Hazel Court.
Lord Satan, send me a demon, so I may know I'm to be your wife.
And a lost, virginal angel of innocence, Jane Asher.
I want to help save your soul so you can join me in the glories of hell.
No, never.
She's a woman cursed by Satan's seneschal, whose very existence turns the white rose blood red.
Diamonds, rubies, emeralds, pearls.
Lavishly he plants his corrupting seeds of sin, spreading living terror that not even the unsullied can escape. Can one who craves all the forbidden pleasures of the depraved.
Each man creates his own heaven, his own hell. Let me see your face.
Follow me into the bold, beautiful, stoked world of today.
Follow Me takes a trio of fun-in-the-sun ambassadors on a frantic, fabulous, fantastic search for the world's best surfing action.
Follow me on an adventure trip around the world. A different kind of adventure. Different? Have you ever heard of surfing indoors? Follow Me finds the biggest surf ever filmed in Hawaii at Waimea, at Sunset Beach, and Pipeline. Love is the key that opens you. Then you'll see it too, and you'll soon be on your way, on your way.
It's all new. Hercules and the Captive Women. Here at last, an extraordinary adventure. Fascinating, compelling, thrilling. The ultimate in screen entertainment. Hercules and the Captive Women.
Kill me. Kill me, I beg you.
With a new and dynamic personality. Reg Park as Hercules. Frightening with barbaric rituals. Terrifying with murder and intrigue. Hercules, with all the power of his legendary strength, stands alone against these mysterious beings of superhuman power. Hercules and the Captive Women, caught in the grip of a beautiful and passionate woman whose secret sadistic love rituals gave him superhuman strength.
If you will join me in the conquest of the world, all mankind will recognize me as their queen and adore you as the one and only God. Love me, Hercules, and together we shall reign over men and gods.
Hercules and the Captive Women, starring Reg Park and Faye Spain. Don't miss this all-new, outstanding motion picture adventure. Massive in scope, mighty in thrilling action, magnificent in Technicolor and Technorama. Hercules and the Captive Women.
Don't. Don't dare. Don't dare stare. Don't dare stare at the man, the illustrated man.
I'd be a freak.
You'd be beautiful.
I would not be beautiful. I would be a freak.
No, Carl, you'll be something special. You'll be beautiful. You'll matter.
These damn things don't come off. I'm half a freak now.
Let me finish.
You're not gonna finish nothing. Did you let me touch you for 1 second? You did not. What do you think I am, some kind of stupid animal or something?
She was the one who set him apart, made him different, unique. The only thing of his kind, like no other man. The illustrated man.
The lions live.
Right there. Well, I was the one that said it. Oh yeah, right there where the lions live, down in Africa.
Colonel, you don't know where we are any more than we do. Why the hell are we following you?
You listen to me. 4 of us got out of that wreckage alive. Alive! That means something. That's the big difference. That means we got a chance to survive. And there's 120 sun domes scattered over 11 continents on this stinking planet. And if we find one sun dome, we've made it. We came through. We survived.
She was the one who sent him out on the strangest odyssey ever ventured. To explore the ends of the universe. To travel to the end of time. And through it all, he carries one all-consuming goal.
And I'm looking for the lady that lives in it. And when I find her, I will kill her.
No one and nothing seems able to stop him. Invincible, invulnerable. Argo Man, the fantastic Superman. But even he had his Achilles heel, a beautiful woman's kiss.
Kill each other. Kill each other.
Argo Man, the fantastic Superman.
Kill each other.
A man gifted with such extraordinary powers that ordinary men were helpless to cope with him. Everyone and everything was pitted against him, from hired killers to the most diabolical inventions of modern science. The world's most beautiful women vied for his favors, or the chance to kill him.
Kill each other.
Argo Man, the fantastic Superman. Here is a picture which will take you on a journey out of time, carry you on a crest of thrills and laughter from start to finish. Be sure to see this Superman power.
Going to tear out their throats like wolves.
You better get yourself all busted up, boy. better, and they're cowards.
If you move any way but backwards, then you lose that eye. Now get out of here.
I want some quiet here. We've got a film to show you, but you're not going to see it. Because you people are without a doubt the worst drivers in the world. And your moving violations prove it. You will not get your licenses back until you pass this course in our traffic school.
Never be able to make it.
None of them will.
You think we're finished? Washed up history? Well, I've got news for you. It's not over till it's over.
Every one of you is a menace.
Come on, buddy, let's move it.
You're reckless.
Oh my God, I'm 3 minutes late for my pills.
You're undisciplined.
This has totally ruined sex for me for the rest of my life.
I'll get you, you little wimp. But worst of all, you have no respect for authority.
Moving violations.
If I were you, I'd get used to public transportation.
Now, from the makers of Sinbad, Columbia Pictures presents Jason and the Argonauts. The mightiest band of warriors the world has ever known.
Turn back, Jason. We're trapped.
Sailing to the ends of the earth, battling against an incredible number of obstacles.
Where will you find this miracle? I have heard there is a tree at the end of the world, with a fleece of gold hanging in its branches.
In search of the fabulous magic golden fleece, Jason and the Argonauts, caught in the clutches of the towering bronze giant Talos, battered by treacherous falling rocks, taming vulturous harpies, facing the dreaded seven-headed Hydra, battling the merciless army of skeletons. Jason and the Argonauts, the classic story of Jason, a man who challenged the gods. Medea, a temple dancer who betrayed a kingdom for love. The Argonauts, the mightiest band of warriors the world has ever known. Jason and the Argonauts, a classic adventure story, brought to the screen through the incredible special effects magic of Dinorama. Jason and the Argonauts, the search that became a legend.